Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. We are in game number 5 of Royal versus Soma. Soma up here in the top right, and in the bottom right, we have Royal. Now, this is the first game on the channel, I believe, that we've had on the map Litmus. I'll reveal the entire map to show you what's going on. It is a 2-player map. It's kind of a cross between the left-hand side of Butter and the rest of the map being pretty close to Neo Dark Origin. So let me show you. First off, 2 gases, both at 3k each. This makes it so that, for instance, offensive gas isn't going to wreck Terran, but also with the 3,000 each, it makes it so that Zerg doesn't just auto-win because they instantly get 3 gases. Then you go over here. It has a ramp down just like Neo Dark Origin had that goes over here and has a stasis cell as well as mineral fields to get out through the other side. Down here in the corner is an expansion just like we had before. Now here's your natural, a little choke going up, leaves a hole where you cannot close it off. Going up into the center, so you have 2 different directions, or 3 directions. You have right up through the center, which is the quickest. To the right, you have expansions, 1, 2, 3. And to the left, you can either go around to this space and this space. You can go up to the center. You can also go up to this high ground. Now, these are stacked temples. I forget how many are here, like 10 or something. So you generally need splash damage like lurkers, siege tanks, etc. to get rid of those. And then it will open up the rotation of the map a lot better. So a kind of a crazy map overall. I've played it a little bit so far, and I've watched it a little bit so far. And yeah, I think it's going to be really kind of hard in general, like TVP. Terran vs. Zerg, I can't figure it out yet. It's really hard to say because there's so many different paths and attack angles that it feels like it might actually end up being good for Terran, but I'm not entirely sure about that. So anyways, there you have it. That's Litmus for you. So I'm going to go ahead and unreveal, and we'll take a look at what's going on here. So Soma goes ahead and does the hatchery into pool, and it looks like he'll probably go 3rd hatch in main if I was not mistaken there. Ends up killing that drone and doesn't lose his own SCV, so good move there by Royal. His depot does get started like a little bit late, not the end of the world. And yeah, bringing up an extra SCV to go ahead and scout. Overlord sitting in a nice defensive location, just to kind of spot everything. Kind of interesting that you can see this spot from your own main base. By the way, the main base is nice and big here. Really easy to fit the buildings you need, which is like a really appreciated thing. Terran bases need a lot of room for their buildings because supply depots are so big and bulky. And then you have add-ons for stuff too. So really, I love seeing big mains. Now, the little bunker push here is not likely to do too much. That being said, the lings are a little bit late, but he's making like 8 lings right now, so 8 lings should be able to knock down a bunker with 2 Marines. Well, I guess the 3rd Marine is coming. In fact, I think he went up even more than 8 now. I think he's going up to 12. Yeah. So taking it pretty seriously. Obviously, you know, this is a bit of an investment from Terran, but being able to force this many lings and stop some mining time is pretty amazing. Now, he will get on top of that, and then the SCV going to get targeted down as well. And, I mean, that actually... He knocked out a lot of Zerglings there. And I think it will just be drones from here. Yeah, just drones being made from there. Still a little group of Zerglings out. Secondary SCV coming up maybe for a scout. Or, yeah, he was sending out a couple, so I'm not sure. Maybe there was some sort of idea there about going all the way into the main. Or maybe possibly repairing, but he sent them up too late for that, so not so sure about that one. Okay, so looking over here, I'm a little bit surprised he's taking this geyser. This geyser... Wait, actually, I think that this only requires 3 as well. So a geyser on the right-hand side of a command center needs 4 to mine correctly. A one below needs 4. The one above 100% needs 3. Yeah, this one needs 3 as well. It's very rare to see a geyser in this position. Very, very, very rare. But yeah, that's kind of interesting that he wanted this one instead of this one. I think it's a little bit more harass resistant. Because you're kind of zoning this area. Generally, you'll have some turrets here and you'll have some turrets here. So this middle area kind of gets hit by the fringe turrets and the Marines can be about here. So seems like a good setup. I'll have to remember this to take that as my gas. Of course, if you're in the top spot, it doesn't matter. You can just take the top one. But yeah, looks like pretty even situation here thus far. No real pressure can be put on by Terran since he already spent a lot of those Marines. There is that third hatchery in the main base. No big surprise there. And we almost have the spire done. Just a 2-racks Academy rush has come out of Royal. Another barracks on the way, as well as the engineering bay. A great series this has been so far, and like even after that weird bunker rush, it does seem to me like they're really pretty close to even. At first I thought Royal would be a bit ahead, but you can see that he's kind of stunted as far as like production. Like only 2 racks right now. He doesn't have a large group of Marines. He can't really move out. You know, he could have moved out if he hadn't spent those 5 Marines. He could have moved out, but there would have already been more drones for Soma in that case. So it's like, it feels to me like pretty even where they're at. Now some missile turrets going down. You know, gonna get that range, and definitely the +1 as well really soon. There's the range, and +1 should be coming up next. Yeah, and there's that +1. The 5 mutas looking for any way in that they possibly can. All right, so yeah, nothing too crazy going on. There is a Queen's Nest coming up pretty quickly. This actually looks, with the speed of this Queen's Nest, it's not super fast, but it is fast, and there's no factory yet. And we're almost at 7 minutes. So this would actually be an ideal time to Guardian Rush. If he throws down, yeah, there's the hive. So this is going to be a Guardian Rush almost certainly from Soma. And I'm predicting a Soma victory here. It really looks very good for him at the moment. And the reasoning behind that is you really want to already... Wait, okay, yeah, you scan the natural. You really want to have already started your factory. Like, factory at 7 minutes is as late as you want it. This is a 7-minute, 20-second factory, and this is a faster hive than normal. So how many anti-Guardian units can he get? So the quickest anti-Guardian unit you can get is Wraith. Like, maybe he could try something like a 3-port Wraith with his bio. You know, normally Valkyries are what people try to go for. I've actually tried some Goliath tech. And yeah, the Goliath tech is kind of wonky, but can work against the Guardians as well. Hydralisk Den coming up. That should be an anti-air support plus tanking for those Guardians. You don't see Soma Guardian Rush all that often, but I think it's a really good tool to keep in your toolbox. All right, coming back around, maybe stopping any reinforcements. Hydralisk speed coming up. As soon as +1 is done, he'll start that Raider Spire. There it is. Very small group of mutas flying around. I think Soma's actually done a really excellent job this game. Is he going to try to army crush? He doesn't have that many lings. It's like 5 lings. Excuse me. Full group of mutas now playing against the... well, actually, +1 not quite done yet. 2 more barracks as well as a starport. Oh, and he's got a factory with add-on. I think he doesn't... It seems like Royal doesn't quite know what's going on right now. Oh, that is the sacrifice of a lot of mutas, but actually kills enough Marines. I think now you're never going to hit the critical mass to break through. Well, there's no Sunkens right now to really break through anyways, but like the critical mass to actually fight Guardians head on is going to be very hard to achieve at this point. So there's the science facility. Yeah, it seems to me that this is a complete misread by Royal. A complete misread. You don't, like, there was a time back in like 2008 where against Guardian Rush you would go Siege Mode and Wraith. But this is not going to be... Well, you still can technically use Siege Mode, but Siege Mode plus Irradiate is way too slow. Oh, and he is starting 2 starports. Okay, and making a Wraith. So he actually just figured out... We heard a scan, so he figured out what's going on now finally. And loses the additional port. But even seeing that port shows that Wraiths are the idea that he's trying to utilize here. And starts another starport there. Doesn't even go for that siege mode. So that's going to be a very wasted siege tank. I will tell you what, there is no way on earth that Royal's winning this. There is no way. Some would have to really grossly miscontrol, I think. Like, this just looks so good for him. He really kind of caught Royal not double-checking. Well, these are kind of out in the open. I feel like I would consider jumping on those as a Terran. Oh, but look at all these units coming down. Yeah, never, ever, ever going to work. Trying to pull back right now. You can utilize some repair to try to slow this down, but the Wraiths are just not in the right numbers. You have to, like, as soon as you recognize that the Hive is fast, you have to start with anti-Guardian tech, because, like, look at how robust this is right now. It isn't all-in, but it's just so strong. And without the siege mode, you can't even zone the Hydralisks out, so the siege tank really, really garbage here. Oh, he's going to pull all the way back even with his SCVs. Trying to hide behind these turrets, buy him just a little bit more time. Guardians do kind of slide when they go to attack, as you can see. You have to be a little bit careful around static D that shoots air. So still making Wraiths. Plenty of Overlords in here. Okay, Cloaked Wraiths come up. Overlords are a little bit slow. Starts Overlord speed, but I think it's going to be a bit too late. You know, if he had gone siege mode, I could see, like, maybe there's a way to grind this back. And very good micro, no doubt, like picking off some of these Guardians. But the Marine count is just going to get absolutely shredded as soon as it engages. That is a lot of Guardians. And they have the +1, so they're going to two-shot Marines. Even if the Marines have that +1 armor, which is about to finish. Yeah. Getting absolutely slammed here. So that's going to be game. And that means that Soma takes the lead 3-2. What a close series. Oh, my God. Thank you for watching, guys. And please make sure you tune in for game number 6.